Hi, and welcome to Shoe Cabinet TV, episode number 11. So we are live broadcasting here at Elias Shoes, located in Murrieta, California. And the purpose of this show is just to kind of educate, so when you're not able to maybe make it into our store, or you have friends or family that are living out of state or out of the city of Murrieta, you're able to share this information. So please go back and review our previous 10 episodes. And all those that have been coming in, thank you for coming in and sharing your appreciation for this little instructional videos that I do. So today I want to take a little bit of time and talk about Birkenstock, because there's a lot of misunderstanding about Birkenstock out there. And this is Shoe Cabinet TV number 11, so we have 10 prior. With Birkenstock, so Birkenstock is actually made in Germany, first thing. Second is a lot of people don't realize that there are a couple of different footbeds that Birkenstock makes. They actually make a more narrow footbed and a little bit of a wider footbed, which people somehow don't seem to understand, that they actually have two widths in the Birkenstock line, and that's with most of the product. Not only do they have the widths that are a little bit more narrower and a little more fuller, but they also have two different footbeds within those different widths. So here is what they call a classic traditional footbed. It is what some people would consider hard. My foot actually prefers this, but everybody's foot is a little bit different. So what you need to be able to do is come in and try on some shoes that you can just, I always thought that the soft footbed was what my foot wanted, but when it came down to me picking up, I'm wearing my Birks, my shoes, I actually preferred the harder footbed. It was more comfortable. I also have some arthritis in my feet, so the harder footbed was more comfortable for my foot. Again, your foot, you may like the soft, you might like the hard. Also, some people don't realize that Birkenstock does have a nice little selection of vegan shoes, meaning no animal products are used at all in this shoe. And that is also something that we have available in a nice little selection here at Elias Shoes. Within the Birkenstock lineup, most people know the classic, well, this isn't the classic Arizona. This is the classic Arizona. It is a nice leather. And this shoe also, the classic Arizona, comes in two widths, and it also comes in the regular footbed, the hard footbed, and the softer footbed. So the arch is exactly the same in the two footbeds. The difference is when you wear your shoes, and most people know that you're not supposed to share your shoe because the shoe will actually mold to your actual foot. So your body temperature, where you need a little more support, it will actually stay structured on your foot. But when it comes to the Birkenstock, the soft footbed actually has like a protective, not a protective, it is more like an extra cush. So the soft already feels worn in. So you don't have to worry about breaking in your shoe because the soft footbed already has that feeling of it being a little softer, more broken in. Birkenstock also makes shoes with a back strap. So you don't have to have the traditional slide on. For some people, having the back strap, it makes them feel a little more secure, like they're not going to kick their shoe off. Another, and I know some people, they come in and it's kind of cute, and I appreciate those guests that have done this. I am very, very adamant about arch support and heel cup. And so I think it's kind of cute when you come in and you show me you do arch support and heel cup. That means that not only are you watching our videos, but you're actually gaining some education and learning on what is a proper foot product to put on your shoe, on your foot. So again, arch support, and this actually has something called a metatarsal support. So it supports the midfoot, so that when you're walking, you don't feel like your foot is crashing down. It's actually giving you support. It's actually giving you arch here on the side, and as you guys have watched before, the heel cup so that your foot doesn't slide around when you're walking. This is a nice option for those that have a back strap. Also, for those that want something a little more dressier for the women, we do have the platform, and that makes the shoe just a little more dressy, and we do have some of the fun colors in the Birkenstock. Also something relatively newer for Birkenstock, and it's just an amazing little product, are the water shoes. So these ones you can actually get wet. I happen to own, and again, those that know me know that orange is my favorite color. So this is my house shoe because I don't like wearing my inside shoes outside and my outside shoes inside. So I slip into this product as soon as I get into home. Water shoe, you can get them wet, so I'm out watering or doing any gardening or anything or washing the car. I know that my foot is still supported, and at the same token, I have a water shoe. So a little bit of confusion that's been out there, and I kind of want to distill it, and you can go on to Birkenstock. Birkenstock shoes are not available on Amazon. There is just all these brands that are in the store. They do have what we call counterfeit, and people don't realize when you purchase shoes, and I'm not saying every shoe on Amazon is counterfeit, but there is a substantial amount of shoes that you purchase on Amazon that are actually counterfeit. The only way you can kind of tell what a counterfeit is, everything may look exactly the same, but it may not feel right. You may want to look into seeing if possibly you did get a counterfeit. And it's not just Amazon, there are some other sites out there. So what you should do is actually go on to the shoe that you're looking for, in this case Birkenstock, and they will list an actual approved vendor list of people who've actually been approved to carry the Birkenstock brand. If you do not see that company or that store on that Birkenstock approved list, think twice about purchasing those shoes. It's a significant investment. If you're saving $5 or $10 and you think you're getting the real product, but in reality you're getting a knockoff, you're not going to know that unless you've actually had the real product on your foot. And all of these brands that are currently in the store, there are knockoffs. So again, just look. A lot of these brands, you cannot purchase them on some of the big box stores. So if you Google those big box stores or the brand and it shows up on the big box stores, again, go back to that brand and verify that that product or that the company that you're purchasing the product is an approved vendor. Because I've seen quite a few of knockoffs, and people have come in and they're like, what do I do? I'm like, well, you can try and see if you have some recourse. But we've had a substantial amount of counterfeit shoes that I've seen in the last 6 months. It's kind of overwhelming. So think about that when you purchase a product online, that unless you know that it's an approved store, it may not be worth that extra $5 or $10 that you could be saving, because you may actually be having a counterfeit on your foot. And it does not have the same feel or the durability that the actual brands, the name brands themselves do. So just take that to heart when you're out there looking online for shoe products. So that's something you just really need to be aware of. And a lot of people don't. Actually, Amazon, Birkenstock, I actually printed this, but you can actually find this letter online. It is verifying that a lot of the products that are available online are actually counterfeit. So again, just make sure that you're spending that money, that you're investing it, and you have a real product. Another thing, we will have some of the fall shoes coming in, but when you get your Birkenstock, to help last, because some people have had their Birkenstocks for decades, and if you maintain your Birkenstock, I mean the cork, when I say maintain it, seal it. It's a really, really inexpensive way to maintain your shoes. You can come in and get the kit, or we just have the cork sealer available by itself. Do it about, I think the recommendation is about every 12 weeks to seal the cork, because the cork will last forever as long as the moisture doesn't get in and crack the product. So that's a little bit about Birkenstock. I look forward to talking about our next episode, episode number 12. In the meantime, if you have any questions, come in. If you have anything, because this was actually something a couple of our viewers came in and said, hey, let's talk about Birkenstock. Reason why I'm talking about Birkenstock, because you requested it. I have 2 other lines that have been requested, and those will be following up here in the next week or so. And I'll share some information about those products and those lines here in the next week or so. So again, we're at Elias Shoes, and we're located in Murrieta, California, and we're open 7 days a week. Have a wonderful rest of your evening and enjoy. Thank you.